What is up, everyone? This is Derek with Firehouse Bowfishing. I'm up here working the shop today and got some brand new, cool, exciting news for 2022. We are officially partnering up with Outrigger Outdoors, so that means we're going to get some new lights on the boat. Outrigger Outdoors has come up with a new 160 watt bowfishing light, brand new for 2022, and they sent us some, and they just came in the mail today. So I got 10 of these things to install, so I'm going to walk through and show you kind of what they are, how they work, and then in the next video we'll go over like actually how we install them on the boat. So let me turn the camera around and we'll go over these lights. All right, so first of all, what you can see is I got a bunch of cables here. You got to buy these extra, but instead of splicing your wires together, you have quick connects, and they come with one to control your lights from on and off, and then you have extenders for your power supply. And then you get a bunch of these T connectors. These T connectors are used for your on-off button switch. So we'll go over more of those when we actually break the boat up. But let's go ahead and break up one of these lights. Show you what it comes with, kind of how they work. Bunch of foam packaging. So this is what we get for our light. We have one light with a button and a power supply. Now these power supplies are, I don't know if they're aluminum or stainless, but they're pretty heavy duty. They weigh about 2.5 pounds almost, so it's pretty hefty built. These lights come in at around 5 pounds a piece. And check out these brackets though. This was what blew me away. These brackets are super thick. I'm gonna pause real fast and grab a tape measure so I can show you the dimensions of this stuff. Okay, so back with the tape measure, I'm gonna show you these brackets. Get it to focus in here. That is almost 1/4 of an inch thick bracket. These are super heavy duty brackets. The lights themselves are about 12 inches long and roughly 6 inches tall. Power supplies, so it's about just under 3 inches tall, and we're looking at probably 8 inches or so. If you include the back where the mounting plate is, we're about 8.5 inches. These have polycarbonate lenses, so they're not going to break. They're really, really strong. Behind all these screws, you have 3M 5200. They use to seal them, make them waterproof. That's really, really good, strong stuff. Super deep fins on this stuff. They are, I'm gonna guess, probably just over 1.5 inches. Yeah, just right about 1.5 inches on the fins. Gonna have great heat dispersion. The cool thing about these lights is with the power unit being separate, a lot of your heat's gonna be drawn over here, and they have deep fins inside the light, so that's going to help make your LEDs last a long time, because the name of the game on LEDs is keep them cool and they last. To make them work, you grab this cable and you're going to get your plug. Now these are all waterproof connections. There's a little groove inside there, so they can only go one way. You plug it in together and screw it tight, and it makes it waterproof. There is no hard wiring. You don't have to splice anything together. These are super simple. Anybody can wire these lights up. So I'm going to plug them in and kind of show you how these work. Reach over the table here and plug it in the power unit. Don't fall. So when you get your light, it has a dial, turns left and right, and that adjusts your color, and has an on-off clicky switch. You could turn them all the way to orange color. Sorry, that's all the way white, and you can turn the other way and you can get almost all the way to an orange color. Every time you turn these off though, they go back to the middle setting. So you have all 6 rows of LEDs lit at the same time, and like if you were to wire these to a power strip and turn them on and off, you'd have to come up here and click the button every time you want to turn them on or off. And if you were to unplug the light, plug it back in, they do not save memory. So that's something I learned when I got these lights, and it's worth noting. So every time you turn them on, you're gonna have to change over to whatever color you want to run for the water you're in. If you want to bring in here close to the light, you'll see that there is a bunch of individual LEDs. A lot of people use this one big chip. They use a whole bunch of little ones. Trevor said that they did that because it helps keep the LEDs cooler and makes them last longer. So there's 6 rows of LEDs, 3 orange, 3 yellow, and when you're all the way orange, only the orange ones are lit. When you're all the way white, only your yellow ones are lit. Trevor was explaining to me that these are 360 watt lights, but you're never going to get 360 watts out of them because all the LEDs aren't illuminated at the same time. So depending on what color you have turned on, you're always going to have 160 watts of light. It doesn't matter if only 3 rows are lit up for the orange or 3 rows are lit up for the yellow, it's always going to be 160 watts of light. And with the power supply, these things are so efficient, you're getting almost all that 160 watts versus some other lights that claim to be 100 watts may not be as efficient, so you're not getting that true 100 watt light. So these are going to be almost extremely bright advertised. Currently on the boat I have 10 100 watts and 10 50 watts, so I'm producing on paper roughly 150 watts of light. So I'm going to replace 20 lights, and I'm going to get 10 lights that are going to be brighter than my 20 that are currently on there, so that's going to be huge. Another thing to go over just real quick is the warranty. So they have a 1-year manufacturer warranty that covers you if anything breaks, as far as from the assembly line, if something comes on solder or something like that. Trevor was saying they're not really seeing a lot of problems with those, but if something does happen, there's that 1-year manufacturer warranty, so you're covered. Another thing they have is a limited lifetime warranty. So we're all bow fishermen, we all break stuff, we all do dumb things. If you just run this thing right into the wall and explode it, call up Outrigger Outdoors, talk to Trevor, they'll help cover you as far as getting you back on the water and making sure you have some lights. So I don't think it's 100% replacement, but like I said, they do work with you, and you know, they'll make sure you guys get a good deal squared away. So well, that's going to wrap up the first video. Hopefully that answers some questions about these new Swamp Eye lights. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, or you can get a hold of Outrigger Outdoors. There'll be information on both of our websites down below in the video description. Stay tuned for episode 2. I'm going to show you how I rig them up on the boat, and if you haven't already, come down here, like, follow, and subscribe us on the YouTube channel here for more bow fishing videos. So thanks guys, and take care.